Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to take up the topic Act-1 Scene-1 of Julius Caesar, which is written by William Shakespeare. So here I begin, and before that let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you have not subscribed up till now, then please do, and watch the video till end. And press the like button if you have liked it. And yes, don't forget to press the bell icon for my latest notification. And leave your comment below. So children, let us start with Act 1 Scene 1 of Julius Caesar. Before line by line explanation of this act, I will tell you the significance of this scene. Why this scene is important or why this scene is significant. So children, this scene is significant because it establishes the political climate of Rome at the beginning of the play and sets the stage for the main themes of power, ambition, and the dangers of mob mentality. The scene also introduces the character of Flavius and Marullus, who will be important in the play as the voice of reason and cautions against Caesar's ambition. It also introduces Julius Caesar as the central character of the play and establishes his popularity with the common people and the threat that his ambition poses to the Roman Republic. This scene also gives a hint on the events to come by showing how the people adulation, that is excessive admiration of Caesar, is a threat to the Roman Republic, and how Caesar's ambition will lead to the downfall of the Republic, which will be explored in the play. This scene establishes the play's commentary on the dangers of the mob mentality and how easily the people can be swayed by charismatic leaders. So children, now I'll tell you, now let us start with the line by line explanation. So here in this Act 1 Scene 1, Flavius and Marullus enter on one side of the stage, as do a carpenter, a cobbler, and some other commoners from the other end of the stage. Flavius: hence home, you idle creature, get you home. Is this a holiday? What know you not, being mechanical? You ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession. Speak, what trade art thou? So here Flavius says that go away, you lazy creature, go home. Is today a holiday? Don't you know that as working class men you shouldn't walk around on a work day without wearing your work clothes? To carpenter: tell me, what's your profession? Carpenter: why, sir, a carpenter. So the carpenter says, why, I am a carpenter, sir. Marullus: where is thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you? So Marullus speaks that, where are your leather apron and ruler? Why are you wearing your finest clothes? To cobbler: are you, sir, and you, sir, what's your job? To the cobbler he asks. So the cobbler says, truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. Well, sir, compared to a skilled workman, I am just a cobbler, as you would put it. Marullus: but what trade art thou? Answer me directly. But what's your trade? Answer me straightforwardly. So he is asking to the cobbler. So the cobbler says, "A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls." So the cobbler says, "I am a trade, sir, I work a trade, sir, that I hope I can practice with a clear conscience. I am a mender of worn souls." That is, the souls which are worn out, I repair them. Moralist: "What trade, thou knave? Thou naughty knave, what trade?" So he says, "What trade, fool? You good for nothing fool, what trade?" So the cobbler says, "Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. Yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you." So the cobbler says, "Sir, I beg you, don't be angry. Yet if your souls are worn out, I can mend you." Moralist: "What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow?" So moralist gets angry and says, "What do you mean by that? Mend me, you rude man?" Cobbler: "Why, sir, cobble you?" "Well, cobble you, sir." Flavius: "Thou art a cobbler, art thou?" So Flavius says, "You are a cobbler, are you?" Cobbler: "Truly, sir, all that I live by is that the all. I meddle with no tradesmen matters nor women's matters, but with hell I am indeed, sir, a surgeon. The old shoes, when they are in great danger, I recover them as proper men ever trod upon. Neat leathers have gone upon my hard work." So the cobbler says, "Yes, sir, I make my living through use of an awl. I don't meddle in politics or in the affairs of women. I am just a surgeon for the old shoes. When they are in bad shape, I fix them. The most noble men who have ever walked on leather have walked on my handiwork." So he says that yes, I repair the shoes which have gone worn out or which is bad. Flavius: "But wherefrom art thou in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?" Flavius: "But why aren't you in your shop today? Why are you leading these men through the streets?" Cobbler: "Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph." So the cobbler says, "Well, sir, to wear out their shoes and get myself more work. But actually, sir, we took the day off to see Caesar and celebrate his triumph." So Caesar has won the battle and he is returning back and everyone is trying to rejoice. And the cobbler says the more people is going to walk, the more their shoes will be worn out, and so his business will grow. He will have more shoes to mend and in return he'll be getting more money. Moralist: wherefore rejoice? What conquest bring he home? What tributes follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worsen than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimneys, tops, you infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout? that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sound made in her concave shores? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now cull out a holiday? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone, run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on his ingratitude. So now Morales is very angry that people are coming to celebrate. So what does he say to the cobbler? He says, why celebrate it? What foreign land has he conquered for Rome to rule? What foreign prince are chained to his chariot wheels and will earn Roman ransom money? You block-headed, you unfeeling men, you worse than stupid things. You with hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, didn't you know Pompey? Many a time you climbed up on walls and battlements, towers and windows, yes, even the chimney tops, and with your babies in your arms, and sat there all day. Just waiting to see great Pompey ride through the streets of Rome. Heads, you unfeeling men, you worse than stupid things. Oh, you with hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, didn't you know Pompey? Many a time you climbed up on walls and battlements, towers and windows, yes, even chimney tops, and your babies in your arms, and sat there all day just waiting to see great Pompey's ride through the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot, didn't all of you shout all at once so loudly that the Tiber River shook from the sound echoing within its bank? And now you put on your finest clothes, and now you choose to celebrate a holiday, and now you toss flowers in the paths of the man who comes in triumph, having defeated Pompey's son. Get out of here, run to your houses, fall on your knees, and pray to gods to spare you from the terrible punishment that is certain to come down upon you for such ingratitude. Flavius. Go, good countrymen, and for this fault assemble all the poor men of your sort, draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel till the lowest stream, to kiss most exalted shores of all. So Flavius says, Go, good countrymen, and to atone of this error in judgment, gather together all the poor men like you. Lead them to the banks of the Tiber River and weep into the water until it overflows. So over here, the carpenter and the cobbler and all the commoners, they all exit. So Flavius says, see whether their bases metal be not moved, their vanished tongues tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the Capitol, this way will. Disrobe the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies that should move even these coarse and refined men. They are leaving and feel so guilty they can't speak. You go to the way towards the Capitol, and I will go to this way. Undress any statues you see that have been decorated in the honor of Caesar. Morales. May we do so? You know, it is the feast of Lupercal. So Morales says, can we do that? You know that it's the feast of Lupercal? Flavius. It's no matter. Let's no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness? So Flavius says it doesn't matter. None of the statues should be decorated in the honor of Caesar. I'll make sure the commoners get off the streets, and you do the same wherever you see a bunch of them together. If we pluck the feathers of Caesar's growing support among the commoners, now he will have to fly to a normal height. If we don't, he will soar to such a height of power that all of us will live in fear and be his servants. So both of them, they exit in different directions. So here your Act 1 Scene 1 finishes. So this scene, actually this is the opening scene set on the street of Rome. The common people are milling about while the Tribune Flavius orders them to return home. Flavius, who was responsible for safeguarding the interest of the lower class, reminds the men that it is not a public holiday and that if they are on streets, they should be representing their professions. Flavius questions two men. One of them claims to be a carpenter, while the other, in a playful mood, refuses to answer directly. Eventually, it emerges that the second man is a cobbler, and when asked why he is not at work, he explains that they have all come to see Caesar, who has just returned from defeating Pompey's son in the battle, and the crowd wishes to celebrate his triumph, that is his victory, as he had won the battle. So Morellus in the other tribune is impatient with the crowd and reminds them that not long ago they were celebrating Pompey's victories. He suggested that Romans should not rejoice in the defeat of their fellow Romans and orders the workers to leave. After the crowd disperses, Flavius expresses disdain for the fickleness of the common people, and then he instructs Morellus to go throughout the city and remove any crowns that have been placed on Caesar's statues. This will limit Caesar's public adulation and help prevent him from becoming too powerful. So over here, this Act 1 Scene 1 ends with Flavius and Mauritius. They also leave and they also exit and moves in different directions. So dear children, hope this Act 1 Scene 1 is clear to you, and this video will be beneficial for you in your studies. Hope you all come out with flying colors. So do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.